So I know today is technically the deadline for the overprinting print contest thing, but I'm finding that a lot of designers weren't really clear on what I was asking for. Hold on. I think this will help. All right, so this card it's the perfect example of not overprint. See right there, where the ampersand crosses over the D. We didn't print the D. That's called a knockout. You can see it on the plate right there and right there. We actually knocked out where the ampersand was, so it didn't print. Now on the ampersand plate, you get the full thing, no knockouts. So if we hadn't knocked this out, now because it's brown and pink, and the pink has a ton of transparent ink in it, if we had overprinted it, it pretty much just would have been solid brown. But if this was, say, like a blue and a yellow, you would have gotten a green where those overprinted each other. So let's talk a minute about how you design for overprints. So designing for overprints starts with a couple shapes. In this case, let's just make two squares. We'll copy that, drag it down there, get rid of the stroke on both of those, and then we will fill. We need to open our Pantone swatches, so we start with swatches. Oh, I got them right there, my Pantone solid swatches, solid uncoated swatches. So let's go ahead and make this one. Is that Pantone? That's medium yellow. Pantone yellow 12. And then this one we can make, let's say, reflex blue. Now, right now, because the yellow square is over the blue square, they're on the same layer, but even in a layer, things are stacked. All I'm seeing is the yellow because we're not set for overprint. Now I can push it to the back. Now the blue's in the front, I can bring it all the way back. But what I can do is if I go into view, I can hit overprint preview. Now nothing has changed yet because right now this is not set to overprint. But now I can go and take this square and hit attributes, overprint fill. Now, we don't know exactly what color is going to come out here. This is actually showing a pretty ugly brown. That has a lot to do with kind of the makeup of the base colors that you're using. A more green blue will behave differently than a more yellow blue will. Nope, not yellow blue. Red blue? Yeah. A more green blue will behave more differently than a more red blue. This one is actually absorbing most of the greens, which means it's a redder blue. Let's see if we can go in there and change that to something, say, let's go to Pantone swatches. That keeps it red too. Oh, look, there's a green one. That was with process blue. So that's blue and yellow, and that does make a decent little green there. None of these are going to show up exactly how they will when we actually overprint. But that gives us a good idea. So the idea is, if I was going to do this without the overprints, and we'll go back into attributes, remove the overprint. If I wanted to print it and have it come out like this with a solid yellow and then this corner of a blue, when I was exporting the file, and we'll go ahead and bring this over to another space here, I would come in here, I would copy that, and then I would cut that one out and then put it back there. That means that this blue shape here is literally just that kind of upside down L shape. That way, when I printed the blue, it would leave space for the yellow to be yellow. If I exported it with it overprinted, then I would get a solid square here, a solid square here, and everywhere that they overprinted would equal a third color. Now, there aren't a whole lot of really great examples of overprint letterpress out there, at least when you Google it, but there are a few. One of my favorites is actually one my buddy Ryan with Rise and Shine did. It doesn't necessarily show off kind of an illustrative, kind of high level of overprint. but you can see really clear here, there's this teal color, this pink color, and it creates a deep blue in the middle. And because they knocked out both plates, both circles here, they knocked out the ampersand. On the pink circle, it was further on the right of the circle. On the teal circle, it was further on the left. Together, it created that blue in the middle. It's kind of nice. This is actually another piece from that. It's clever use of overprint to communicate, but not necessarily for illustrative purposes. That looks like it's, yeah, that's a really great overprint concept too. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, actually there's a purple down there, so 5 different rows of these diamond shapes here, but when you overprint them, you get 1, 2, 3, 4 additional colors the way that's overprinted. So you can see how that green and that yellow make a different green. This green and this blue make a teal, the blue and the red make a sort of purple, the red and the purple make kind of a pinkish fuchsia. There's some really great examples here. This is another really great one. This blue and red together make a really great third color that works as a shadow. So there's some awesome examples out there. Here's another one. Oh, this actually isn't overprint. This is a clever use of the negative space of these lines. There's blue lines, red lines, and then alternating lines for that purple. So not quite the same thing, but it works well. It is possible to overprint anything, but if I'm frank, something like this isn't really clever use of overprinting. I'm talking about overprinting for the intentional purpose of creating a third color. This is a really great example. It creates this shadow color by overprinting the green and the red. You've got this nearly black red here that creates a third color that functions as its own color in the design. That's a lot different than overprinting random images to get an additional color. This is actually, wow, that's a really great example too. Let's see, Laura Ann Cherry. I don't know if she designed these. Yeah, that's really great. So she's got this, this light blue here and a purple that together make a dark purple that works well as the coffee in the mugs, creates the shadows on the cutie hearts, and creates a second color for this pencil, a color for the lead. That's really clever use of overprinting. This is the kind of thing I'm looking for. Not necessarily this illustrative style, but that's the kind of work that I would like to see and print. So because I want to make sure that you have a chance to submit something that works, that qualifies, we're going to extend the deadline by 1 week. Today is Monday the 7th. Let's make it Monday the 14th at midnight. Same rules apply. Actually, go to the previous video, share that video because that's the, well, no, share this one because this one tells you when the new deadline is. Share this video on the social media network of your choosing, the platform of your choosing. Email me a screenshot of one design that you would love to submit, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel to qualify. Do those things, and a week from today, we will we'll look through all the submissions and see which one we're going to print. So I'm looking forward to your submissions, and if you don't mind, please hit that like and subscribe button, notifications if you want to, and I will see you soon. Bye.